Hello there, welcome to the news on Nepal television. I'm Rosina Rai, starting with the headlines first. National mourning in solidarity for Nepalese killed in Israel unrest, rescue and repatriation work of stranded Nepalese from Israel underway. Israel orders complete siege of the Gaza Strip, but Jerusalem claims it regained control of some territory. Death toll on both the sides crosses 1,300. Dozens killed and injured in military attack on Myanmar refugee camp. Women and the children among the target. And England taking Bangladesh in 7th match of ICC World Cup today. Sri Lanka to face Pakistan in the other match. Welcome back. Now we have the news in detail. After a deadly attack in Israel by Palestinians militant Hamas, the Nepalese nationals who have been in Israel for study and foreign employment purpose have become a concern for a whole nation. And the political leaders to other concerned authorities have been showing deep sorrow while they have been involving in rescue and repatriation of Nepalese nationals from war zone Israel. The Nepali embassy informed through a press release that coordination has been started with the Israeli government and relevant agencies to bring the bodies of those who died in the attack of Hamas to Nepal. Details of more than 200 Nepalese in Israel have been collected after carrying out necessary coordination with the government of Nepal and Israeli government by launching an online registration system for the Nepali people willing to return home. The government is in talks with various levels of the Israeli government for rescue and has prepared to aircrafts for flight. Meanwhile, a special meeting of the Council of Ministers on Monday decided to give 1 million rupees per person immediately as relief to the families of the deceased. Similarly, the meeting also decided to observe national mourning today in honor of the deceased Nepali citizen. Meanwhile, the Sudur Paschim provincial government has announced 200,000 rupees as assistance to each family of those who were killed in the attack in Israel, attack by Hamas militants on Israel's border with Gaza. Killed 10 Nepali citizens, with one person still out of contact and some injured. For injured, Nepali youths are receiving treatment at local hospitals and 2 others have been kept safely in Tel Aviv. This is the second major incident involving a large number of Nepalese killed in an attack by a rebel group. For injured, Nepalese youth are receiving treatment at local hospitals and 2 others have been kept safely in Tel Aviv. Out of 10 Nepalese killed, 7 were Nepali students from the Sudur Paschim University who were confirmed dead in the attack by Hamas in Kibbutz Anumim in the war zone of Negev in Israel. The students had gone to Israel for study as part of the Learn and Earn program. Now to the further development. 2 infants died after being bit by ornate at Daune village in Kuse rural municipality 1 Jajurkot. The deceased are 9-month-old Nirzala and 3-year-old Susmita. The daughters Bir Bahadur Singh, Bijuli Singh and grandmothers of the 2 is hurt after the ornate sting. Chief of Talegaon Health Post Sirbadur Basnet said, according to Basnet, Nirzala died on the way to health post on Monday while Susmita breathed her last on Sunday evening. They were bitten by the hornets while going for farm works. The parliamentary party meeting of the ruling Nepali Congress is meeting at Federal Parliament building in Naya Baneswar today. The leaders of the party will delve into the current political issues. Besides, during the parliamentary party meeting today, the state of Nepalese and their hardship in Israel after the terrorist attack on Saturday will be the center of discussion. We shall get back with more updates at the side. We do have. Stay with us. Time for a short break. Welcome back. You're watching Nepal Television News. Now we have remaining updates. Today marks the World Mental Health Day. It is observed on October 10th every year. The day aims to highlight the importance of mental health and to mobilize efforts in support of mental health education, awareness and advocacy. The theme for the World Mental Health Day is Day 2022 is Mental Health is a Universal Human Right. The World Mental Health Day is recognized in order to raise awareness. Meanwhile, the Hetora Hospital in Makwanpur district is running a psychological ward with the facility of 25 beds. Organizing a news conference on Monday, the Madan Bhandari Academy of Health Sciences shared that the OPD service with 25 beds of psychological ward will begin from today, coinciding the World Mental Health Day. Rector of the Academy, Dr. Surendra Serchan, said that 3 doctors would offer the service, adding that the psychological and mental health training would also be given in all local levels in the district. Now we have updates from international frontline. The Gaza Strip could be on the brink of a new humanitarian crisis of supplies are not allowed in. Authorities say as Israel responds to the human attacks. On Monday, Israel declared a complete seizure of the territory, saying electricity, food, fuel and water could be cut off. According to residents, aid has not reached the enclave since Saturday. More than 1,300 people have been killed in the latest conflict between the Islamist Palestinian group Hamas and Israel, according to the latest data. That was released on Monday this morning. Palestinian health authorities in the Gaza Strip reported on Monday that 560 people in the coastal enclave have died in the conflict and more than 2,900 people were injured. And as of 3 a.m. Monday, the area is home to about 2.3 million people in total, 80% of whom rely on humanitarian aid, mainly due to the ongoing hostilities with Israel. Neighboring Egypt strictly controls what or who can pass through its border with Gaza too. Since the attacks began on Saturday morning, Israel has stopped all supplies entering Gaza, including food and medicine, while many people are currently without electricity and internet and could soon be out of essentials, food and water supplies. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu compared Hamas to the ISIS group and said, "What we will do to our enemies in the coming days will reverberate with them for generations." Addressing the nation on Monday night, Netanyahu thanked the U.S. for its support and called on opposition parties to join a national unity government. Israeli troops fought to expel Palestinian militants from Israel territories from second day on Sunday, battling in firefights between homes, docking under rocket fire and striking Gaza City from the sky in retaliation for the militants' assault, which officials described as the worst attack on Israel in decades. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu warned Israelis to brace themselves for the days ahead. "We are embarking on a long and difficult war that was forced on us by a murderous Hamas attack," he said in a statement, referring to the militant group that controls the Gaza Strip. He added that Israel's military had begun the offensive phase, which will continue with neither limitations nor respite until the objectives are achieved. We still have more updates from International Frontline. Stay with us. Time for a short break again. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. And now we have remaining international headliners. Dozens of people, including children, have been killed and injured in a military raid on a camp for internally displaced people in northern Myanmar near the border with China. Local media reported that the camp near the town of Leza in Kachin state was hit late on Monday night. The camp is a few kilometers from the headquarters of the Kachin Independence Army, which is involved in the decades-long conflict with the Myanmar military. At least 32 people were killed, including 13 children, it is reported by the National News Agency. The Kachin News Group said more than 30 people had been killed in the attack. A 3-month-old baby was among the dead, according to the Mekiana News Journal. Photos on social media showed rescuers retrieving bodies in the darkness and piles of bamboo and other debris. Oil prices have jumped on concerns that the situation in Israel and Gaza could disrupt output from the Middle East. Brent crude and the international benchmark climbed by $2.25 a barrel to $86.83, while U.S. prices also rose. Israel and Palestinian territories are not oil producers, but the Middle Eastern region accounts for almost a third of global supply. Hamas's assault on Israel was the biggest escalation between the two sides for decades. Western nations condemned the attack. A spokesperson for Hamas, the Palestinian militant group, told the BBC that the group had direct backing for the move from Iran, one of the world's largest oil producers. Iran denied involvement in the assault at the UN Security Council meeting in New York on Sunday. Reuters reported, but Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi has expressed support for the attack. On Monday, Israel ordered U.S. oil giant Chevron to pause production at the Tamar natural gas field of the country's northern coast, which is within range of rocket fire from the Gaza Strip. The country's energy minister, who has closed the field during previous periods of unrest, said there was enough fuel from other sources to meet Israel's energy needs. To the more updates, before that, let's have a quick look into the highlights of the site. At least 20 villages in the Zindajan district of Herat province in western Afghanistan were completely destroyed in Saturday's earthquakes, two of which measured 6.3 magnitude on the Richter scale. Scenes of utter devastation are clearly seen as search and rescue efforts continue. Dozens of health workers and personnel from aid organizations on Monday afternoon lined up 300 bodies of victims killed in Zindajan in the earthquakes. A mass prayer service was held for the deceased in the district before the bodies were turned over to relatives of the deceased to be buried. Search and rescue efforts continue throughout the region. Now we are moving on to sports. England is squaring off against Bangladesh on the ICC Cricket World Cup today in the first match slated for today. Bangladesh won the toss and opted to field against England. Match is underway at Himachal Pradesh Cricket Association SPCA Stadium, Dharmasala. Match between two giants started from 10:30 Nepal Standard Time. Meanwhile, Sri Lanka is taking familiar foes Pakistan today as they look to move past their opening match loss. These two are competing with each other at Rajiv Gandhi International Cricket Stadium, Hyderabad, and match is scheduled for 2:15 Nepal Standard Time. Pakistan will go into the match knowing they will need to improve their opening batting display despite a win against the Netherlands in their first match. Pakistan survived a scar against a determined Dutch side to win their first match on Monday and go into Tuesday's match with 2 points and a healthy net run rate. Earlier, New Zealand continued its perfect start to the Men's Cricket World Cup with a dominant 99-run win over the Netherlands in Hyderabad. New Zealand, who thrashed England in its opening game of the tournament, faces Bangladesh on Friday, while the Netherlands plays South Africa on 17th of October. With this, we come to the end of this news bulletin, but before we say goodbye, quick reminders of the headlines once again. National mourning in solidarity for Nepalese killed in Israel unrest, rescue and repatriation work of stranded Nepalese from Israel underway. Israel orders complete siege of the Gaza Strip. Jerusalem claims it regained control of some territory. Death toll on both the sides crosses 1,300. Dozens killed and injured in military attack on Myanmar refugee camp. Women and children among the target. And England taking Bangladesh in 7th match of ICC World Cup today. Sri Lanka to face Pakistan in the other match. Well, this is all we have for this moment. Until our next bulletin, have a good day ahead. Namaste.